Greetings, YouTube. We have the new featured 6-star champion list roster released. I am fixing to go to bed. It is almost midnight Central Standard Time in the United States, but I wanted to go ahead and put out a video super late to just kind of break this down for you. This is not available right now. The next one will be available on September 11th and will run for the usual time allotted. Now, I want to say off the top that this current rendition of 6 stars is not as exciting, to me at least, as the previous version. Yes, we have some great champions. I think Ghost has got to be at the top of that list. Korg seems to be an Alliance War defending god. Certainly potential, but you really need him awakened to be ultimately effective as a defender, and I just don't see that happening. You'd have to get that 4.2% drop rate 2 times in a row on this crystal. And from there, Wasp is fine, right? Fine, but a glass cannon champion, kind of like Rocket Raccoon, with a small amount of health. Heimdall, I don't think met the hype that we were all hoping for as the True Strike god, but certainly he still seems to be a very solid champion. Massacre, several of you have reached out to me and shown me amazing videos of Massacre just destroying content. So I'm going to put Massacre up there as one of the best pulls you can get from this. Now, certainly we can all agree that Red Skull is arguably the worst pull, certainly of the featured champs of the 6-star. I would not be happy with a 6-star Red Skull at all. I'd be much more happy with a 6-star Psylocke, ironically. You only have a few trash options in this. The Cyclops blue team is not something that I would be excited at all to open. Miles Morales is not the worst champion, but I wouldn't be excited to spend 15k 6-star shards on him. Dormammu and Mephisto are very, very good misses. 2 of my favorite champs, even with Mystic Dispersion changing. I still think they hold tremendous value, not only as defenders, but also attackers. Then you've got Phoenix, a prestige champ that, though not the worst, I'm never excited to pull Phoenix. I just feel like that champion is one of the most underwhelming champions in the game, especially because she can't take a hit. Cable, very solid. I still run into Cable every once in a while as an Alliance War boss. Bishop, I think, is a little underrated as a defender, but in general is arguably the most disappointing champion in the past 6 months, year. Killmonger is without a doubt the best pull from this sub-featured group, but keep in mind you can get him still for a far less drop rate in the 10k basic, and that is going to be certainly what I try to do with my 6-star shards in September. Then we have both Rags, the Thor Ragnarok and Hulk Ragnarok. Hulk Ragnarok, I think, pretty much is universally embraces the better of the two, even though they do have some synergies together. Hulk Rag is a very good 6-star, probably the second best quote-unquote miss from this new crystal of the 6-star featured. And then Luke Cage, very solid, although you can get him for 10k shards. Morningstar as well. Iron Fist was pretty much perceived to be one of the worst champs you could get out of this, but now with Armor Break champions taking such an additional value in the current monthly uncollected quest when fighting Emma Frost, I think Iron Fist is going to get a huge bump in value the way that the meta of the game is going. I think Armor Break champs will have their day. OG Thor is back in the spotlight as well, thank God. Haven't really been able to talk about that as much since the patch 12.0 nerf. If you are coming to the game after around March of 2017, you need to know that Thor as a 4-star was once a top 3 champion in the game, and people would just do ridiculous damage with his armor break potential. Drax, I've got Drax as a 6-star. He's fine, but man, do I wish my Drax still bypassed Astro Evade with Mordo, and Hela is also a very, very good miss, not to be understated. And then we've got 2 final champions that are fantastic for both attack and defense. I do think Nebula is better than Green Goblin, but I still never get excited, even with the Blade and Ghost Rider synergy, to fight a 6-star Green Goblin on any node, but especially those masochism type nodes that give the extra boost in regeneration. Overall, this is not a crystal that I think is terribly trash, but then again, if I'm going to tell you at the current state of the game where 6-star shards are still so hard to find, to spend 15,000 6-star shards, you would have to give me at least 25% of these champs, or 6 out of 24, that were mic drop, god tier, just like the current rendition of the 5-star featured crystal, even though it took a long time time for that to get there, and I just don't see it. And don't get me wrong, I am so thankful that we don't have 5-star versions of Blade yet, and Stark Spidey, and Ghost Rider, and Archangel, and Iceman, and Magic. The list goes on and on. I want the 5-star crystal to still have a tremendous amount of value, even with 6 stars included. But at the same time, until the game transitions to that, and trust me when I say I am in no hurry for that to happen, you're going to get a lot of these kind of crystals that just give you some fairly good to mediocre champions. But let's be real, most of these people you're not going to use every day as attackers, maybe as defenders. But because of that, it is not worth justifying the extra 5,000 6-star shards. I would highly encourage anybody who has shards to wait and spend them on the 10K basic pool as it updates this month. And if you don't have 6-star shards, just patiently save them. Who knows how many 6-star shards I'm going to get this month, because I may just not complete the uncollected 100%. I might do the initial clear and then say peace, because depending on the BS fights, it's just not going to be worth my resources and my units. I'd rather just wait and have fun and play some of those new danger rooms that seem to be so fun. Anyhow, thanks for watching YouTube. Let me know if you're going to go for this crystal. I, for my 2.5 cents, will say wait and spend it on the basic, or just wait for the next featured.